Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Star Wars New Republic E-Wing vs. Shin Hati Starfighter from 2023, based off the Ahsoka TV series. It is set number 75364, comes with 1,056 pieces, including 5 figures, and originally retailed for $110. However, I do believe that price is probably going to be going up before long, as I understand it, this set is either getting ready to retire or it already has. Just take a look at the box art; it looks absolutely fantastic with fighters in a dogfight. Though we never actually got that in the series, the New Republic E-Wing only ever showed up on Lothal, and technically we do see Shin Hati Starfighter in a dogfight, but it's with the T6 shuttle. And I won't be too, speaking of the box art, I wouldn't be too surprised if this is the same planet Cetos down there in the bottom left corner. Again, the box art just looks absolutely gorgeous. The fighters are shown off in all their glory. We can see the stud launchers for Shin Hati's fighter firing off. Again, we get Cetos in the bottom left corner. We do get the the Lego brick style look in the top left corner of the LEGO Star Wars logo, along with the Ahsoka minifigure in the bottom left corner, along with all 5 of our figures in the bottom right corner, those being Morgan, Elsbeth, Balin Skoll, Shin Hati, Captain Porter, and a New Republic astromech droid. Top of the box continues the all-black LEGO brick good look, along with a 1-to-1 scale image of the Morgan Elsbeth figure. Swinging the box around, we get a nice look at a planet. I wouldn't be too surprised if, like, with the coloring and like the hills in the back, that this might be Lothal. So it's nice that they show off both planets. It's that both of the ships show off. But you can see Shin Hati's fighter flying around. The E-Wing ended with Porter going after Balin Skoll, of all people. Gutsy of you, I must admit, but something does when you're a bit outgunned. And plus, you can see a whole bunch of features in both the fighters with with their weapons, but also how both ships have some hidden compartments inside each of them. So yeah, nice to touch is in both those ships. This box does have the push tabs set in order to open it. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. Okay. Come on. There we go. All right. And let's see what we got here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instruction manual file. 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like, yep, one more bag. 10 bags of ports. We do have, like I said, we do have instructions in the file folder. Very nice that LEGO's been doing that. I hope they continue to do that, because I've gotten quite a few instruction manuals where they didn't have a file folder and they weren't in the best shape. And taking a look, we have, not too surprising, we have two instruction manuals, one for the E-Wing and one for Shin Hati's fighter. Looks like for the E-Wing, of course, we get Captain Porter and the astromech droid, but also get Morgan Elsbeth with that one. And then for Shin Hati's fighter, we get Shin herself and Balin Skoll. Let's take a look at the instruction manual for the E-Wing. Once again, it's add for paper bags in a set without paper bags. You can count the amount of sets I've actually gotten those in one hand. On one hand. Okay, nothing about any other sets for the instruction manual with the E-Wing. How about Shin Hati's? Oh, yep, okay, yeah, we actually do get quite a few. We've got the Yavin 4 base, we've got the 332nd Battle Pack, the Spider Tank, and the second version of Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. and we get all three of the Ahsoka sets. This one, the Ghost, goes in the T6 shuttle, along with the Coruscant Guard gunship. And then, of course, you got 3 pages worth of your parts list. So I think this one's going to be fun build. It's going to be a bit of a long one, but again, I think it's going to be enjoyable. We'll go ahead and jump into the time lapse of that build, starting right now. All right, the build is done. That took quite a few hours to take care of these guys, but it's very fun, very enjoyable build. We'll start off taking a look at the figures, starting off with Captain Porter here. He looks fantastic in his new public play. Into plenty of detail on the torso and the legs, so with some great painting with the straps on the legs. His face has the the visor painted over the eyes. His helmet looks pretty good as well. I like you get to look at the helmet in that dark blue with just a with the like gold color or mixed it in all over the place. He does have a secondary face, one without the visor. So basically, with him without wearing his helmet, and they do provide a hairpiece. He's for when he does that. I believe it's the same one that you get with the Mandalorian fleet commander in the Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor. So yeah, nice hairpiece. Is there good detailing on the torso, both front and back, and he comes with your regular Han Solo style blaster. It's a pretty solid minifigure there. Next up, we have our New Republic astromech droid, or as I've heard people call it before, the IKEA droid. Basically, R2D2 in a blue and in a gold color scheme. Nothing too crazy going on here. Like if you've seen Lego astromech droid before, or like R2D2, there's not much to see here except for a new color scheme, which actually looks really, really good. Next up, we have Morgan Elsbeth. It's got good torso ending there, like the little. I think it's some sort of signet or and there on her belt in the metallic gray. Really good printing on the robes. No printing on the skirt piece, but I think that's okay. Didn't really need it. Good printing on the back. Good and interesting hairpiece. This might actually be unique to her. I think this is the first time I've ever seen it, but good printing on both on regular face and on the angry face as well. So solid figure all around. Next up, we have Balin Sko. Oh, looking absolutely fantastic. One thing I am a little disappointed about with both Balin Skull and Shin Hati is that their lightsabers are in the classic Sith red instead of the orange you actually see the M with in the TV series. That might be because they go get base their sets off of concept art for this for all the shows and movies that I end up with. Take for example that first wave of Force Awakens sets. That's how Kylo Ren's shuttle ended up being the first iteration of Kylo Ren's shuttle being gray instead of the black. Fortunately, we did end up getting the black Kylo Ren shuttle in the Rise of Skywalker. But yeah, that's how we end up with mistakes like that. So I almost wonder if that may be what happened here. Anyway, the Facebook looks good. Almost almost looks like an evil Santa. If that makes sense. in a sense, because that's just what his face looks like to me. Again, but yeah, it looks really good. Like the hairpiece they gave to him, he does have an angrier face, and again, just solid printing on all around. Loved like the little like green outlines for the armor and the front, both the front and back. Got a little metallic painting on the back, along the spine, and in the front with the with the with the belt. Well, and just solid figure. Just kind of disappointing that the actor Ray Stevenson died before the series came out. Also, fun little fact for you Marvel guys: Ray Stevenson is also the guy who played Volstagg the Voluminous in the Thor films. So yeah, we lost two big characters into than when we lost him. One for Star Wars, one for Marvel. So yeah, really disappointing when we lost him. And then finally we have Shin Hati herself. Solid hairpiece for her, very accurate to what you see, like the little detail of the Padawan braid on the torso. Torso look looks really good. A little bit of metallic gray on the belt, on the belt. Just in the same, along with the same metallic gray markings on her back as Balin. Her normal face is pretty neutral, but that's just Shin Hati for you. But her angry face, that looks really good as well. So, for our 5 minute figures, I'd say it's a pretty solid lineup. All of them look really good. We'll start with the ships, taking a look at that New Republic E-Wing. Fun fact, technically this isn't the first time LEGO has made an E-Wing. In the Yoda Chronicle, we got Jack 14 Starfighter, I'll throw up an image of that right about now. And that's basically a black E-Wing from the original to Star Wars timeline, aka what is now known as the Legends. And you'll notice that there are a couple of differences between that version and this one. At least it's more than just colors. Um, in the Legends version, you'll notice that there's supposed to be a third laser cannon right there on top of the cockpit. And second, you can't really see the astromech in the Legends into E-Wing because the astromech is fully integrated into the whole of the E-Wing in order to make sure that the astromechs don't suffer the same fate R2 did during the Battle of Yavin, where Vader blasted him. But with the new canon, both of those additions were taken out. But either way, I still like the look of the E-Wing. I like the just super clean, super crisp, blue and white color scheme going on. It's similar to what you see with the Resistance, but in the sequel trilogy. But this is more, just fresh off through this assembly line, brand new coat of paint look compared to the old rugged look of the Resistance X-wings, where the blue is a bit of a darker blue and the white is a bit gray because they're a bit older. They're used since people are taking more interested in keeping those ships working than they are looking nice. But yeah, I just love the fresh, just the good looking, fresh off the assembly line look. They use the same X-wing canopy piece as they have since the Force Awakens sets. First starting off with Poe's X-wing, although I will say the gray doesn't, the color of the canopy doesn't exactly match up with the color of the E-wing as the coloring is more of a gray compared to the white. But it does fold up just as easily as normal. You do get a printed control panel on the front. There's no control stick or anything, but you can put your pilot in there just uh, uh, super easy. He does kind of, there we go. He does kind of have to lean back in there, but he does fit in there. But you may have heard that little bit of a click getting in there, and that's hiding a little bit of a secret. You can just lift up the entire seat he's in, and you can find a secret compartment underneath where you can hide his blaster. So you got your pilot in there and his weapon in there, and he's good to go. Oh, underneath the cockpit, you can see there's a couple of stud launchers. Though strangely enough, with the stud launchers on this one, instead of putting them where the laser cannons would be underneath the wings, I think they actually have them where the torpedo launchers would actually be. So yeah, a little interesting, especially once we get to Shin Hati's fighter. I'll show that off when I'll show you what I mean when we get there. But you notice there's quite a few stickers here. You got one here on the on like the snout of the ship, one right here on the nose, and then you got matching ones here on the torso. Oh, you guys give them a look. Full 360-degree look. I wish I could show you the inside here as well, because you'll find that is actually a very technical build inside, mainly just so you can get the wings at the proper angle. Here's kind of what it looks like underneath to give you just a bit of a hint, and just how much technique had to go on the torso, just so you could get the wings at the proper angle. Anyway, I like the look of the engines, just plus a little bit of the purple for some engine thrust. And you'll notice that, unlike a lot of Star Wars ships, that this ship has fully integrated and adjustable landing gear. Here, you can just fold the back ones up like so. Oh, they line up pretty solidly, and then just fold up the one in front, and you are good to go. Also, you might have noticed with the landing gear down, this thing actually sits pretty high off the ground, but that might simply be because of how low the wings dip. Also, I like the look of the laser cannons, like the use of the Monkey Kid staff piece there at the very tip. Also, I did mention that this does have the astromech port. You do have to have the astromech's head pointed to the side to get him in there. But they make it easy. You get him in and out using 1x2 tiles with jumpers in the middle, so he's easy to get in. Bit of a tight there, but he sits in there just super snugly, and you just have to pull up just a little bit in order to get him out of there. So yeah, that is your E-wing. Next up, we have Shin Hati's fighter, and this thing's got a very different color scheme compared to that E-wing. It's got dark red, it's got yellowish orange, it's got gray, it's even got a little bit of brown back there as well. And it's an interesting ship design as well. It's got elements of a Naboo starfighter. It's got elements of a General Grievous' starfighter, concerning like the big engine in the front. It's similar to like a World War II fighter. In fact, when I watched the show with this ship, I gotta admit the engines kind of sounded like to me like that of a P-51 Mustang. So yeah, it's a very interesting looking ship. And they threw in quite a bit of detail in this one. You can notice, once again, this thing has a pair of stud launchers. But like I said, the interesting bit is that unlike the E-wing, where the stud launchers on the match up with the proton torpedo launchers, you'll see that these are very close to the laser cannons. So this is the first time I've ever known Lego Star Wars ships to have their launchers, whether they be spring-loaded shooters or stud launchers, where two ships have the launchers in two different places. So yeah, interesting little detail there. I like the little printed 2x2 circular tile there in the middle of the engine. And also, speaking of prints, this thing actually came with a somewhat printed cockpit piece. I was not expecting that, to be honest. But I'm glad they didn't make that a sticker. Not only is putting stickers on accurately on a transparent piece a bit of a pain, because if you mess up and have to take it off, it tends to leave a little bit of the sticky residue from the bottom of the sticker. But also, it's also a bit of a pain to get a sticker on a piece that is curved. So both at the same time, it's kind of a nightmare. Just take if you want a little proof of that, you can take a look at my review on the Lego Indiana Jones fighter plane chase, where I had to end up having to do just that. I'll leave a link to that video in the top right corner of the screen. Also, speaking of stickers, there are quite a good amount of stickers on this thing. You got a couple on this side of the ship, as well as on the front of the wings here, and you also have a printed the console piece in the ship. Speaking of which, you can fit Shin Hati in there just fine, and it uses that new piece that just grips onto the feet, so you don't have to put studs in there at all. Of course, that leads to the question of what to do with the lightsaber. Well, Lego provide the answer in the back. In the back section of the cockpit, you know, there's another cockpit piece here in the dark red. Well, you just lift that up, and you find a 1x1 tile with a clip in specifically for the lightsaber, or at least the lightsaber hilt. But that's not the only storage the ship has, because right underneath the laser cannons, you'll find another storage piece. The instructions specifically show you put a blaster pistol in there, but as you notice, that's also where I've got the extra shots for the stud launchers. And I'm sure I can get in there. Yep, I can get in the lightsaber blade in there just fine as well. So, pretty solid the ship all around, if I do say so myself. So, for $110, 1,056 pieces, I'd say this is actually a pretty solid fighter combo. Oh, the one downside of this is that this dogfight never actually took place in Ahsoka. Other than that, this is a pretty solid. This is a pretty solid set. Both ships are very accurate to what you see in the show. Solid figure lineup. They all the figures look really good. Really, I gotta say, there's no reason why, if you enjoyed the Ahsoka show, I really see no reason why not picking this set up. This is pretty solid fighter combo. Both ships are some solid builds. Again, solid figures. Again, I see no reason why you guys shouldn't pick this one up. This was a fun one. So, that'll be the end of this video. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.